You may think this video doesn't apply to you if you don't have a sales job, but if you thought about it, you're selling all the time. You're convincing your boss on your performance on whether to fire you, hire you, or promote you. When it comes to your romantic interests, you're selling someone on the idea of dating you, marrying you, having kids with you. And with your thinking, you're constantly selling yourself on which choice you should make, positive or negative. Today, we're discussing 6 ways on how you can become more persuasive so that you're more influential. Let's start with the first idea now. Number 1, just ask. So many of us don't even try to get the yes because we're so afraid of getting a no. I could think back to high school. I needed a date for the dance. I was awkward. I was shy. I had no idea what to say. And I went up to my dad and asked him, "Dad, what can I say to get a date?" And he told me, "Son, it doesn't matter. Just ask." Well, what if I get a no? Who cares? You move on to someone else. And I have found this to be true throughout my life. So many people won't even go for that date, that promotion, or ask for that sale because they don't want to get the no. Take advantage of that low-hanging fruit in your life. Some people are going to say yes to you regardless of what you say. Here's another example from college. There was this scholarship offer from Flanders Butt Paste. I'm not kidding. Flanders Butt Paste. And I thought, they would never give me this scholarship. I don't have a cool story. I don't have an interesting background. But I thought, I'll just ask. Weeks went by, and I got a letter in the mail. I won that scholarship. I got $500 for doing nothing just because I asked. Number 2, validate their objections. If you recall earlier in the video, I mentioned you may think this video isn't for you if you don't have a sales job. And then I brought up all the reasons why selling is important. If you bring up the objections before your prospect does, you'll be more likely to address it and have control of the situation and get a yes. But when your prospect brings up an objection, make sure you validate it before addressing it. Here's an example. Months ago, I was trying to convince my friend to go with me to this theme park, Carowinds. They immediately said, "No, the drive is too far." I had a choice to make. I could not validate their objection and say, "No, what are you talking about? It's not far at all. It's only 4 hours." What would have happened here is they would have gotten defensive, they would have brought up more objections, and I would have likely gotten a no. But instead, I validated their objection and said, "You're right, it is a far drive, but I think it's worth it. What do you say?" My friend, I'm here to tell you, we went to Carowinds and had an amazing time. Number 3, the DEM approach. DEM, D-E-M, stands for deliver, evaluate, modify. A mentor of mine in Toastmasters gave me this advice. It's a speaking organization, and I would go there, share ideas, share stories, speeches, things like that. And if it didn't go well with the audience, I would discard the idea. I would say it's stupid and I wouldn't work on it. But he explained to me that I was writing off the ideas too fast. All I needed to do was deliver the speech. Just like in your life, deliver the pitch, evaluate what happened. If they said no, find out why they said no, modify it, and try again. I've used this approach with these YouTube videos. I've made close to 200 videos over the years, and a lot of them have been bad, and I wasn't getting better until I used this approach. Now, I deliver the video, I evaluate it, and ask, how can I make it better? Then I modify it with those improvements for the next video. If you start using this DEM approach, you'll start improving in everything you do, and you'll become more persuasive and influential. Number 4, bait the hook that suits the fish. I got this idea from How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. He said, "I like strawberries and cream, but I'm not going to put that on a hook because fish don't like that. I'm going to put worms on the hook because that's what fish like." You see, when it comes to selling something, take it from the viewpoint of the buyer. Why should they say yes? Why should they care? And when you do that, you're more likely to get a yes. Here's a basic example. Let's say with this YouTube channel, I say, like the videos, subscribe because it'll raise my self-esteem and I'll feel better about myself. I hope you care about the well-being of other people, raising their self-esteem, but you see, I would be much more persuasive on convincing you on what I had to offer. To inspire you, to increase your communication ability, to raise your confidence, things that you want. You see, when you bait the hook with what you want, try to convince people what you're going to get out of the deal, you're not going to get a lot of nibbles. But when you bait the hook that suits the fish and address what they can get out of the situation, you'll be far more likely to get a yes. Number 5, build their trust. When someone trusts you, you have an incredible influence over them. Here's how you build that trust. Demonstrate that you care. Demonstrate your integrity. I can think of several mentors in my life who have told me things I did not want to hear. That I was being cowardly, that I was playing in my safe zone and I have to go after my dreams. But because I knew they cared about me, they spent that time with me, invested in me as a person, I was receptive to the things that they were telling me and took action on it. Building trust can take time, but here's one thing you could do right now to build their trust. Physical touch. Physical touch has been shown to raise the hormone oxytocin. I've made a video on 13 ways on how to raise it, and if you want to check it out, it's right there. But as you raise that hormone oxytocin, it builds the trust in that individual. Giving someone a hug or simply putting your hand on their shoulder before asking for your request can increase their trust and increase the likelihood of you getting a yes. And the last idea, be sold yourself. If you don't believe in what you're offering, or if you don't believe in yourself, why would the other person? All you need to do is take the time and be sold yourself. Why do you care? Why is it important? Why should they say yes? And I'm telling you, the persuasive power will just come out in abundance. Here's one example. I am completely sold on the idea of developing your public speaking ability. I'll never forget hearing motivational speaker Zig Ziglar saying that developing your public speaking skills is one of the fastest ways to increasing your confidence and building a healthy self-image. I was not the type to talk, I didn't think it would apply to me, but I went out there taking his advice, and I will tell you, being able to speak has raised my confidence. It'll do the same for you, and it applies to all areas. Being able to communicate effectively is a skill that translates to all areas of your life. You see, I'm so excited about it right now, and the passion and enthusiasm is coming out because I'm sold on the idea. I'm also sold on these 6 ways on how to be more persuasive and influential, and the importance of selling, because I've used these tips in my life and they have worked tremendously. If you've enjoyed this video and you want more like it, make sure you subscribe to our channel today and hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything. This is your friend Michael from Your Inspired Life, helping you inspire before you expire. Hope you enjoyed this video. Cannot wait to see you in the next one.